Hi, hello, it's Pip here from queenpipcards.com. Thanks ever so much for tuning in today. Today I'm taking this card and I'm casing it and doing something different with it. I wanted to use some more of the gorgeous Heartfelt stamp set stamps and the coordinating heart punches. These come as a bundle and you can get them now from my shop. All the details, the item numbers on the screen, and you can get them, the link to them in the description below. They are a fab bundle. They're just fun. I love doing things with punches and things that coordinate and stuff like that. So this obviously uses Flirty Flamingo with basic grey, and I thought I'm going to change it up a little bit and change the sentiment, change the stamping, change everything really, except for the fact that I am using the same embossing folder. So this uses the tin tile embossing folder, which is a lovely folder. Excuse the apart from the marks on my case, it obviously got landed on one of my ink pads at some point, but it doesn't really do much on the outside picture. Again, I find it's really hard to have a photograph of an embossing folder. I also have to put an elastic band around my one because it bounces up quite a lot when you open it. It don't stay flat until I put it in my box. So when I've got it out on my desk, I just pop an elastic band around it and then it stays nice and flat, and doesn't flick things off when I put things on top of it. So that's the embossing folder we're looking at today, and I thought I would change it up, use some of this new gorgeous petal pink and champagne metallic edged ribbon, which comes in a reel like this. You get 9 meters on a reel and it's just so pretty. So we're going to use a bit of that, and we're going to use the punches. So I'm going to just move things around a little bit, try and get them out of so they don't shine too much. I also wanted to show you how it looks on a different colour. So let me do the dimensions first and then we can crack on. So this is a petal pink cardstock base. I've folded it in, I've cut it in half lengthways, so it's the whole length of a piece of A4, and then I've scored it at 14.9 centimeters, which for American girls and Canadian just do a half card base. Okay, you don't have to do it lengthways like me, it's up to you. This is then just a matting piece of basic grey, okay, because basic grey and then this petal pink look beautiful together, really nice. So I wanted to just keep those colours. It's almost a salmony pink. It looks really nice with this, with the dark basic grey. So that's going on there. And then I've switched it over and we're going to do a white piece on top that's going to be embossed. And that is, so let me do measurements, 14.4 by 10. And this is 13.9 by 9.5. That gives you a nice quarter centimetre all the way around rather. But if you're American, you could do an 1/8 of an inch or something like that. So that's the basic layer. But then what I've done is I've taken this piece and I've run it through my Big Shot. And you can use any die cutting machine that you have, or embossing machine if you just have an embossing machine. And you basically pop it in, fold it over, run it through, and you get this gorgeous embossed piece. And it looks as good on both sides. Now, I used this side before. I might even use this side just to make it look a bit different. That's nice. I love looking at the different debossed, embossed sides and seeing which one I prefer. And most of the time I like both, which is good because it gives you 2 embossing folders basically for the price of 1. Now, I'm using my Tombow glue on this. You can use tape as well, but I wouldn't recommend using snail or anything. Actually, snail's probably okay, but might not hold it because it's bouncy, if you know what I mean. It's got so many bits that are not actually touching, you know, all of the embossed bits don't actually touch the card, so you need something that's going to be able to touch all the way around. But also if you use something like a snail or the old fast fuse especially, used to literally just pull the top embossing layer off because it was too strong for it. So just be careful with that. Make sure that you've got a nice even layer all the way around, even edge all the way around rather. And then I thought I'd take this spare bit that I've got here and I'm just going to wrap this around the middle piece here. And I've got a few creases, but I'm not worrying about that because they're going to be hidden behind my heart, as it were. So I'm just going to bring that around like that, pop it about there, and this is where I'm going to use I'm going to chop that bit off. Use my snail and just attach my ribbon that way, like that. Make sure that's straight. Good thing about embossing folders is this one's got a line around it, so you know whether you're straight or not. You can adjust it accordingly. And then I'm using my Tombow again, my multi-purpose glue, to pop that down actually onto the card base. And then I put the glue all the way across, all the way down like this, and under the ribbon. You've seen me do that hundreds of times, I'm sure, but if anyone's new on my channel, and I do have some new subscribers, which is fantastic, thank you so much for coming and joining me, because I love having new people come and comment on my stuff and tell me that they like it or they don't like it, or they've tried it, or they, you know, they do it a different way. So all comments are great. Love hearing from you guys, and thank you so much for supporting me and being on my chat on my YouTube channel here. It really means a lot. So thank you. Then we need a heart punch, the scallopy one, and this gives a satisfying, oh, I love a crunch of a new punch. Crunch of a punch, that rhymes, doesn't it? And then I'm going to take, sorry, I digressed there slightly. Going to take my Petal pink ink, and I'm actually going to stamp two things. First of all, I'm going to stamp my heart on here, and then leave it, because it's photopolymer, so just leave it for a second. There we go, perfect. And then I want to do that on the envelope as well, because I like dressing up my envelopes. So I thought we could just do, it doesn't have to be a whole heart, just enough so that you can tell what it is. Can you tell what it is? And then just going to wipe that off so we don't get any smudges. And then pop this down and pop one on the back of the envelope. Now this one you have to be a little bit careful, because there is a line underneath there of your joining, of your join of the envelope, but that works nice. There we go. So we've got a heart on the back and a heart on the front, so it feels like it's part of it. Oh, and I also wanted to do a little sentiment that says love, because that's what it's all about. And this sentiment's also from the Heartfelt stamp set. All of this is from the Heartfelt stamp set, because, you know, it matches, so why would you not use the same thing? I'm just going to pop out that, but I'm going to just move it along a bit so I have less on this side than this side. I'm going to tuck that underneath, so that's a little trick, helps you position it correctly. Then I'm going to stamp my wording. Now I've changed the wording up, and I'm going to go from my heart to yours, and there we go. I'm going to go in basic grey so it matches the heart. There we go. It should fit in perfectly. There, isn't that nice? It's really nice scripty writing. I like this. You know, it's got the blocks and then the scripty. It's really nice. And then we'll pop that out there. And this could be, I think, to a guy, because of the grey and the salmony pink rather than the girly pink. I think you could easily get away with giving that to a guy. Could be could even be for a birthday. Doesn't have to be for Valentine's Day. Anniversaries, lovely anniversary card this, I think. Oh, look, that's looking really nice now, isn't it? So I'm going to just glue this bit onto the grey, and then I'm going to lift the grey rather than lifting the whole thing. You could double lift it if you want to. That's entirely up to you, but I'm going to go for a single lift. And then I'm going to put a bow here. Actually, I might just do a heart. I might just do a knot if it's going to a guy. If you want a nice smooth knot that lies flat to your ribbon, you tuck this piece underneath so it looks like that, and then you loosen this off enough that you rotate the whole thing underneath, and you basically tie the knot from underneath, and it looks so much neater. Doesn't that look great? So there we go, that's my trick for today of how to tie a different kind of knot. I'm going to put that on there. I like the knot there now with these going that way. And then, where's my dimensionals? I need dimensionals to go across here. So I'm going to put one there One there, one there. And I'll take it over the ribbon, so that's good. It won't have a hump in the middle. Pop that just about there, I think. There we go. We can slide the knot in, tie it there, cut it off, and if you really want to stick it, you can put a glue dot underneath it. That'll hold it. And then I want to stick this piece, which you'd forgotten about, under here, so it just comes out like that. It's quite subtle because it's a light colour, but I just want that coming out there. And I'm going to put a tiny dimensional, one of our mini dimensionals, just on the end where the love is. Actually, I might put two. And then a little bit of glue on this end. And then this is how I stick it in. Stick it in. Take those two bits off, like so. Lift my ribbon up, slide my love in. There we go. Pop it in like that. So it's down that end and up that end. Makes it sit nicer. Okay, and then all I need to finish off are some of these little heartfelt faceted gems. Whoops! Don't do that, because they get everywhere. But hey ho, that's good. We can now see them all in their glory. As you can see, they're very pretty and sparkly. Actually, I'm going to leave them there while I use them. That's cool. And you need just a little dot. So I'm going to put one here. And again, they're not sort of flowery. And I might put one just up here. So it's not sort of all connected. They're not flowers or anything like that, so they work for guys. And you've got these little tiny ones like this. I let it dry a little bit. You need to let the glue dry just a smidge, because you want the glue to not squish out underneath these little suckers. But aren't they cute? And they come in the 3 colours that coordinate with the papers. I haven't actually used any papers on this one. So you've got red, real red, flirty flamingo, and white. But even the white is sort of faceted, so it's got like a sheen to it. See? I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Apologies for the nail. Right, so now this has had a chance to dry off a bit. I'm going to put a little one there. A little one there. And then, actually they're more kind of petal pink actually, rather than white, I think. And they are different sizes. This one's just slightly bigger, so I'm going to pop that one there. There we go. And that, she says, now carefully sweeping all of these hopefully into the pot and not onto the floor. There we go. All carefully. Phew, all safely back in their little thing. So yeah, so nice little envelope to match, so that we've got that whole coordinating thing going on. And I think that would work for a guy. I think this one's probably, I mean, this is for a friend. So lucky to have a friend like you, which is a great sentiment, and I love being able to give that to a girlfriend. But I think that would be a beautiful, what's the word I'm looking for? Anniversary or engagement, on our engagement, or, you know, on an anniversary card, or just, quite frankly, just on a birthday for somebody. It'd be fantastic. Anyway, so there you go. As I said, you can get all of this from my shop. I'll be back again with more embossing beauties, because that's what our focus is this month, embossing. And I'm just loving all the different types of embossing that we're doing. We're going to be doing some heat embossing coming up in the next few weeks, or few videos next week, I think. So yeah, come back and have a look and see what I'm doing there. And as I say, this new stuff is just fabulous. So if you want it, go and grab it in my shop. Alrighty, thanks ever so much for watching. You take care now. See you soon. Bye.